Hello everyone, this is the Collective Soul Tarot. My name is Kay. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in with me. It's wonderful to be here with you today. I'm going to do an alphabet reading, and I see I've got 4 letters left to do, and I'm actually going to do 2 today. No zodiac reading today, but I do this alphabet reading for the purpose of bringing more, honing down the information you receive from the collective, which is a vast number of tarot card readers on YouTube, and to hone it down to, I do the zodiac readings, which you can at least watch 4 different zodiac signs to gain some clarity and to fill in the gaps, kind of thing, of what you can take that resonates with you, that's going to help you understand and maybe bring solutions and hope and confirmation to why you come to what is it that you're coming to tarot card readings for in the first place, your situation that you're looking into. Well, the alphabet, it's one of 26, right? So if we pull H, for example, here, whatever that H stands for, your first, middle, or last name, or a nickname, this is your reading. That's if we pull H, okay? If you're not, and you maybe our name is Robert, for example, but you go by Bob all the time, Bob, so then B would be the alphabet reading you would refer to, but it won't hurt you to go to the R reading as well. And so in any case, it's if, let's say, your name is Kathy, yep, but you go by, Herman, like your parents affectionately call you Herman. Well, if you're quite well known as Herman, even though you're Kathy, like, it happens, right? You'd go by H. You'd be listening to this reading if this is about the H names. So without further ado, it's just about specifying it, bringing that information down even further for you, so that you can really gain some good energy, good information. Okay, I'm not watching, I am pulling 1. It's D. Okay, so we're going to be talking about D names today. When I'm done, it's going to go on this side here. So let's get moving. Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, please subscribe and like, by the way. Thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe and like. The more people my videos get out to, the more that can be helped. And if this helps you, you see you're being helped. So it would be nice if others were able to be helped as well. So please subscribe and like. I sure would appreciate that. Commenting and sharing would be awesome too. Thank you. Archangel Michael, well, I would like to ask you to assist and guide me today with correctly interpreting the energies in the cards and to help me see clearly. Thank you. What can we know about our D names today? What's most on their heart that they need some confirmation for, or just some information that will make them feel hopeful? Thank you. Okay, we're doing the Celtic cross spread. I got ringing in my ears right now. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, sometimes it works out like that too. Whoops. Okay, Celtic cross, current situation, your problem, if it's a problem. Current situation, energy is 7 of Wands, okay? Standing your ground, healthy boundaries up, be fighting off people with their thoughts and opinions about what you're doing or not doing, where you want to go, where you're not going, that sort of thing. What's crossing this? The Hanged Man. All right, well, yeah, makes a lot of sense, D names. You are, with all of this having to basically stand your ground, it's standing your ground, right? You're staying put because you need to be able to find a way to get around all the naysayers and to move forward, right? You need to figure out, because right now you can't move forward. You could only go backwards through the window there. You can only go backwards. So you don't want to do that, only if you have to, fight or flight, right? So you're in hangman position, hanging by your foot. The divine has put you there. These people, they've been inspired in some crazy way to make you stay put. because there's something you needed to realize, and you do this by being hung upside down and getting a different perspective on the world. D names. If you noticed here, the coins are falling out of your pockets. It's the divine is asking you to let go of your material focus, like your 3D focus, so that you can look towards 4D, 5D, 6D, 7D, and up D dimension, right? Look to your light. Look to who you really are inside. This body that you're walking around with is not who you truly are. And as not, because we really rely on the tangible part of life, what we can see, taste, touch, feel, and hear, the 5 senses of the 3rd dimension. We find that that's our reality. We believe in it because I could touch it after all, right? But no, the God wants you to realize that there's half of you that you can't see, taste, touch, feel, and hear. Only in the sense of spiritual hearing, spiritual sight. You have to have a lot of faith and trust that. So the divine's trying to hang you there so that you can understand, D names, that there's, I guess I can do this. There's more to life than what you're seeing. There's the reality is not the 3D. It's actually the other part of you. Unconditional love, whatever your heart represents, that love, deep love, self-care love, loving yourself love. D names. Okay, so what's the distant past? The Chariot. You were wanting to go somewhere. Okay, we don't know where. And I shuffled the cards too. So the King of Cups. It doesn't really matter. It is what it is. There's a reason why I end up shuffling it. I did it very subconsciously. King of Cups is what you've become through what it is that you were, or you have been a King of Cup to somebody, maybe in the reverse. In the reverse, somebody who's not trustworthy. They are using their compassion and their so-called heart for the wrong reasons. So we'll see. We'll find out more. The King of Swords is what you're thinking about. So it's about being above board, creating a strategy, having a plan to move forward, upright, truth and clarity, honesty. And King of Swords is quite like a fantastic communicator and also intuitive. What's the bridging energy? 5 of Cups. Wow, that kind of sucks. 5 of Cups. Maybe it's in the reverse, where you're not any longer on your knees crying over spilt milk, but this is what you'd be doing. You are crying over these broken relationships here, not seeing the 2 behind you, which is your true love. That's 2 of Cups. Hey, what are you fearing, D names? 6 of Pentacles. You're fearing being able to make a break, divide up your assets. You're afraid of not being able to be given to fairly, or that you're fearing that the imbalance you're experiencing in your life will go on. It will continue. Who's in your environment? Knight of Swords. Somebody who, for me, when it's upright, for me, it's all about truth and clarity, bringing in the truth, like seizing the opportunity to rush in and tell somebody what they believe the person needs to know. And perhaps the person in your environment, D names, is needing that from you, or they're coming towards you like that. Maybe you need it. Look at where you are, right? Okay, D names. Being in your environment doesn't necessarily mean someone that's in your house, in your neighborhoods, a town, state, country, near country. It could be someone who's across the world, and for that reason, you rarely, if ever, get to be with them in a physical sense, but you're thinking about them. As long as you're thinking and feeling for them, you're energetically connected, heart to heart. Okay, spiritual connection. And so that person would be in your energy. They may be thinking about you too. So it would be a very strong, connection between the two of you. Spiritual connection. So what's in your hopes? Being the King of Wands energy. Somebody who is a go-getter, gets up, takes care of things. Takes control, takes charge, has a lot of charisma, and just is adventurous. Well liked too. because kind of like the party, you know, the what do you call it, of the party, the happy guy, the well-liked guy, whatever. I don't know why I can't think of that saying, life of the party. There you go. I have to stop sometimes. And then it comes. Okay, and the energy, wow. The outcome energy is the Tower. What's going on, guys? What's going on? So it could be that you're going to create a Tower moment for somebody. It could be like the kind of Tower moment where it's a great upheaval. It's just like, it's painful. It's a dissolution of something, a dissolving of something, a total breakdown, a blow up. Okay, or it can be kind of a positive Tower in the sense that you're going to surprise the heck out of somebody in a good way. Sorry, this hair's floating around, cat hair. In a good way, you may be bringing a surprise, which is going to cause their life to be quite blown up with a re-emergence or an emergence into their life. Let's talk about the energies of those two. Mending, healing, mending. The Star card is about mending. And it's usually somebody in your life is the biggest star in the sky for you that has always guided you in some way towards your true north, you know, towards your stars, your stars in your eyes, you know. You're just mending, you're balancing the waters here. Both are pouring into the ocean of emotions, and you're healing as a result. The moon, wow. So the moon is, you've been repressing your emotions, something's been hidden from you. All right, let's just carry on. The environment clarification is somebody who's resting, in respite, trying to heal from broken heart. Here's a broken heart here. They're laying all their burdensome thoughts that they just keep running around in their mind, driving them, you know, a little bit insane and totally exhausted, right? From just your mind just going off on a tangent all the time, from the moment you wake up to the time you go to bed, and even when you go to bed it still doesn't stop. So you trying to find a place, a quiet place where you can rest, let go of it all, so that you can find the strength again in your life, your physical, emotional, and mental life, to pick up that sword and carry on with truth and clarity, honesty, transparency. This is that person here. And they're looking at they're harvesting, they're looking at what they've grown and sown, and grown. Yeah, that's usually the way it works. They've sown and grown. They see that they have plenty. They do. They really do. It is 7 only out of 10, but 7's pretty good. It's not 6, it's not 5. It's pretty good. So this person is seeing how well they've done, how much they've grown, literally, you know, personally, spiritually, in their life, and how they can take all of this, they can harvest what they've learned and grown from that knowledge, that wisdom, into their life, and carry on, like move forward in that truth, clarity, and honesty, transparency, just all about the truth, which is the divine, the truth. Whatever you see to be your truth, that's what she or he wants to do. Back of the deck is not the 10 of Cups, but for some reason that's what I pulled, and the 10 of Cups is about that, and there's the 9 of Swords, a Page of Wands, and an Ace of Swords. Yeah, okay. This is over here, this back of the deck clarification is about the marriage, the partner you have been with long term. That was supposed to be happily ever after, but there had been secrets. There had been secrets that had been hidden from you about your so-called happily ever after, that you found out, you learned, they were revealed, they came to the surface, they were revealed, maybe because of the Tower, but it's left you in your head and very not only fearful, but what do you call it? highly distressed, stressed and distressed. Though so much so you just weren't, you were losing sleep at night too. Like this one here. And you had to cut somebody out. This person was somebody that you felt, equally yoked to at one time, but they're also younger than you. D names. This person's younger than you. Could be younger than you. All right? And they were full of vigor and vim and inspiration and adventure. They were fun to be with and all this sort of stuff, but truth had to come in and cut them out of your life. You cut them out of your life. You decided you needed to wield that sword and just annex them right out of your life. All right. So I hope that made sense. D names. What's going on with these two energies of the Seven of Wands and the Hanging Man? Archangel Michael, please tell us about these two energies. I'm pulling the skin off my, there we go. All right, death and transformation. 10 of Wands, too much burden, had to let it go, put it down. 8 of Wands, so that you can move, passionately towards your 2 of Cups. This is so much fun when I see these cards. Okay, but this is about putting an end to something that you're obviously still feeling like you have to, hang out for a while yet, D names, and really contemplate what it is that you're going to transform, like to transform a relationship through healing and mending, whatever, transform some kind of burden. That is the 10 of Wands, which is the largest amount of burdens that you have to let this go. Otherwise it could kill you. So you want to release these burdens because you're putting an end to some kind of BS in your life from before that you moved quickly towards at one time. And then that's your desire. The transformation would be letting all that past life, not past life, but the life you were living most recently in the past, letting the burdens go that brought into your life, which could have been a lot of angry messages back and forth between you and your partner or your wife, probably your wife, that 10 of Cups there. And but it's also transforming into your desire to have passionate messages going back and forth between you and the one you love, which I'm guessing right now is this one here. So you've come to realize that you truly love someone else and it's not your partner or your wife. Okay, let's talk about the distant past energy, the Chariot, please, Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit. What can we know about the distant past energy? Ooh. 3 of Cups. Oh, Queen of Wands. The Hierophant. And the Lovers. Overindulgence, right? Okay. So first thing I want to tell you here is that this Queen of Cups is the one over here. This is her here. One you put in a third party. You moved very recklessly towards this one. You bared your soul, like you told her, you were telling her things that you loved her, and that maybe that, you would be doing these things together in the near future or soon, right? You have come to see her as somebody who could be marriage material to you, but at the same time, you see that there is a strong soul, spiritual connection to this one. You've come to recognize that even back then. You were being overindulgent, but look at this. The Lovers, right? This is making a choice between two, but I want to first point out that how this is a past life lover. Past life lover, and the one that you're with too currently, she may be a past life lover as well. Kids, today we got a sarong, I don't know what you call it, sarong thing that you wrap around your bottom half with the modern day bikini. And then you have this Troy guy in his armor, right? And antiquity, ancient Babylonian or Troy times. So it just means that there's you've been together in past lives before. You just come back around again, do it all over again. See if there'd be changes in the way, if you get together, and what it would be like when you do get together, or does it end as well? That was overindulgence on your part, D-names, because you were having more than legally should have. You had two women, this Queen of Cups here, and the one that you had to put an end to over here, this Ten of Cups person you had that you thought was a Ten of Cups for you. Happily ever after, right? King of Cups energy. Let's talk about the King of Cups for a moment for our D-names. Archangel Michael, please. Queen of Swords, Page of Swords there. Six of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. Due to your not so healed emotional wounds from the past, you still had some inner child issues to work on, which meant that you were behaving in a way that was immature back in the day when you met your Queen of Swords, who is no longer in the upright. She's cutting you to the bone, cutting you up into pieces, being, vocally, abusive towards you, hurtful, very prideful, and anyways, it's just nasty. A person who's in the reverse as the Queen of Swords, it's harmful, and they can be dangerous too. But you had settled for. You'd settled for that because that's what you thought you deserved. Because you're living from saying it nicely, it's an emotionally undeveloped person, right? You just don't have the emotional maturity because of the wounds from your childhood that you've been carrying around with you like a nice shiny pentacle, not really knowing it, subconscious stuff, right? Because whatever happened in childhood, we just push it down till we can't see it, but it's always there, and it's what your operating system is. Just like on a computer, you're operating on your world, and in every, especially important relationships like being with a partner, a lover, whatever, you will be doing things from a way of, what can I do to protect myself? How can I get what I want and I feel I need, and not have to be responsible in some way for it, right? I don't want to, even, sometimes you feel like you're living life where other people do things and it gets taken out on your hide, kind of thing. So this is also saying that you possibly have a child with the Queen of Swords, all right? Because there was a lot of ego and pride, and like, look at us, we're the Joneses while we were together, look at us. Revere us because we have this big fancy house, we have a great, wonderful fancy car, or many cars. We go on these fancy holidays, and we just have money to burn. We just, we work hard, we earn, we make our monies work for us, and we're just living the really good material possession life. Not so much heart in it. So ego and pride, right? So you have just been keeping an eye on this one that you met in the past, that you fell in love with, that you don't realize it. You didn't, but you do now. You truly love your Queen of Cups here, who I believe is this person. So there's a lot of emotional childhood wounding going on in your life, but with all of that, and with all these, harsh experiences you've been having with the Queen of Swords, you've grown. You've actually found your heart where it was always, just underneath the surface, right? And you busy manifested a new way of life, a new path in your life. You've been busy doing that. That's the most recent past. So what's the energy of the King of Swords? Now that you're a King of Cups, King of Swords. You're King of Wands too, holy moly. Okay. King of Wands. Maybe a King of Pentacles too. Four of Wands is what you're thinking about or you're realizing. Four of Cups. Fool. With the Wheel of Fortune. And you've been finding balance. Finding the balance between your heart and your mind here. You're ready to take what you've been able to heal and balance within yourself. Self-care, self-love. And take it somewheres. Go somewheres with it. This person that you're seeing here is somebody that you think you could really commit to. Really commit to. You're thinking about how you've been able to divorce the one that you had been with, the Queen of Swords in the reverse. You've been able to divorce her, or you're in the process of divorcing, but you want to be able to take your new life now and all that you gained, the wisdom you gained through living with your heart, finding your heart and allowing it to speak to your mind, that you have got somebody that you know you could commit to and live a very wonderful life with, and also seeing how you had been rejecting her in one way, shape, or form. You were rejecting her. She gave you a divinely inspired, that's the hand coming out, divinely inspired cup of love that you rejected because you had some cups right here. Whether they're full or not, I don't know. But yeah, and so you want to be able to no longer be in that energy, be more accepting than rejecting, in other words, and you're hoping she's not going to reject you when you come forward, and take that leap of faith towards her. Take a risk to go towards her because you see her as your destiny, that she is on your destined path of love and abundance and prosperity. You have balanced yourself in order for you to do that. Now see, the World here is about ending a cycle of this hardship, this remorse and regret, ending that. This is the bridging energy now, okay? Ending that cycle so that you can turn your back on the past and put your plan into action. That's it. Put your plan in action and move towards the one that really makes your heart sing. Doing what you really enjoy doing. Eight of Pentacles. That's hard work that brings success. So you're working hard, making an effort to build up your finances, and dipping into your intuition so that you can know which is as the Emperor, an evolved energy, so that you know with this and this and this and this, yeah, there'll be no more of this. In other words, you're hanging your hat up about that kind of energy. You're walking away from that energy there. Oh, this is all good. I mean, you got the Ace of Pentacles over here, which is uprooting and divine prosperity for your Empress, right? So yeah, it's all good. You're hanging your hat up about this kind of behavior. You're putting that to rest. It's to balance the scales between what was right and what wasn't. You are going to bring balance to this connection now, and that is meaning that's a breaking of a contract as well, which is the divorce, right? The divorce. You're no longer a husband, or about to not be a husband, to the Queen of Swords in reverse, who's made your life miserable, I must say. Look at you down on your knees, crying over what she did to you. You had been very, very feeling desolate and down and out about the life that you've had with her. You feel like it's been a waste of time. And so now you decide there's nothing much more for me to do than to check in with my God, you know, whatever religion or God or spirituality, whatever you rely on to guide you. Check in with that to see what I need to do in order for me to pick myself up off the ground. Work hard. work on making the money, you know, building my finances up. You may have lost half of your finances or assets in the divorce, but you're building it up, and you to the point where you're going to have long-term legacy, lump sums of money, and you're going to be able to leave your children and children's children a legacy of fortune, right? Of abundance and prosperity. The Six of Cups is the one that you're remembering from the past, which is your Queen of Cups. Hey, she got buried. The Queen of Cups, who is your true love, that you want a message, passionate messages back and forth. Queen and King of Cups are perfect matches here, and you're moving up into Emperor energy. That's the bridging energy, right? From all this desolation and heartache, crying over spilt milk, right, as they say. You're moving back towards your past lover, the one you truly love and that you want to balance the scales with. And this talks about having love for yourself, but also moving out on a divinely inspired, like given and approved path of deep unconditional love, deep love. Okay, so let's talk about her. What's going on with our girl here, the Queen of Cups? Archangel Michael, my Holy Spirit, can you talk to us about this Knight of Swords energy? Four of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. She's healing, or she's seeing you as healing. I don't know how she'd see that. Well, okay, Queen of Cups is intuitive, highly intuitive. Let's just put it that way. Hermit. She's in hermit, not moving mode. She's been feeling betrayed. And she's been feeling conflicted. Inner conflict. Knight of Cups, and she wants someone. She wants her King of Pentacles to come towards her, not only with a sincere cup of love and an apology, but with a strategy of moving slowly so there's no pressure on her, that you come in expecting a certain timeline or whatever, that there is no pressure on her to be able to do what she needs to do. But she wants her King of Pentacles, Emperor, which is you. This is what she's thinking about. She wants you to come in with a sincere, devoted commitment of love towards her, but with sensitivity of moving slowly towards her, telling her there's no rush. We can just be on friendly basis for now if we need to, but I am your man. I'm your man. I have matured. I have elevated. I'm a king. I'm an emperor. I'm coming into my emperor because I'm all four kings then at this point in time. You know, King of Cups, King of Wands down here. There's the King of Wands right there. And the King of Swords up here. So this is the last king, King of Pentacles. You're rising up into your Emperor energy, taking charge and taking control of your life and showing up with commitment, loyalty, and trustworthiness, being faithful and just caring, giving, generous, everything that you could want in a person, in whoever it is you decide to fall in love with. Who you fall in love with, this one represents all of that and more than you can even imagine. So you want him to come in and give you not only time, not pressuring you, giving you devoted and sincere love, but an apology as well. Just a message that says, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's what she wants. And obviously she's had to be in hermit mode, so she's been staying put in isolation, being introspective and reflective of what it is that because God said, what is it that you really want, my love? You know, what is it that you really want? What's in your heart? God knows what's in your heart, but you need to know that. She needs to know that, because she's been betrayed, and as a result, she's feeling a lot of inner conflict about being in love with somebody else, or even with you if you were to come back. It would be you know, something that she'd have to take great consideration for. So, but that, you know, it looks good that she is actually thinking of you, King of Pentacles, Emperor. But this is what, if she could have any man in her life, she wants you. Okay, but if she can't have you because you're not ready to come back into her life, then she will have, that's what she wants from somebody. And this cup wouldn't be an apology from somebody. It would be then, hi, I'm very curious about you, and I'd like to get to know you. That kind of thing. Okay? Just so you know, D names. Now, what's the outcome energy? The Tower. Ace of Wands. 5 of Pentacles. 5 of Swords. And the 4 of Pentacles. Wow. And of course, the Queen of Wands here, that's the other woman. That's the energy of the other woman. When she's not connected with somebody, she's the other woman. The 7 of Swords. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah. So you're trying to find your courage and strength, picking up your self-empowerment through self-love and care to move forward towards her, but it's bringing you a lot of distress, like you're in your own self-imposed prison of thoughts, ruminating. You just don't know how to get out of these thoughts, thinking that, how is this going to work? Will she even ever be able to forgive me for being with, choosing this, you know, this is a choice. Remember, the Lover's card is a choice. Choosing the Queen of Pentacles to be in her life, which is this sword, a Queen of Swords in the reverse. Choosing this over choosing her, right? Choosing her, which broke her heart. He knows, you know, D name, that you broke her heart. And it was all about this player day way that you had. You moved recklessly. Remember the Chariot card here? You moved recklessly towards her, knowing you were married, and you just wanted to have a fling with her. So you were in player mode at the time, and you got what you got, like a thief in the night, like the 7 of Swords here, like the fox in a hen house. You took what you could get and you ran, hoping nobody noticed. And that's what you did with this at this time. You took her on, hoping that she'd never know, the Queen of Pentacles, that maybe she did find out. We don't know. But you know, you broke your Queen of Hearts heart. And now you see her as being very, very well to do, handling herself quite well, having grown from all of her hardships while she's still resting, and she's still seen, like it's in her memory, the betrayal and the competition you put her in is still in her memory. She's trying to heal from that, but she is healing. She's healing. You believe she is anyways, because the way she's functioning in her life, because you're keeping an eye on her from over here. Remember the Page of Swords? You're keeping an eye on her. So you see her somehow, in some way, maybe on the social media platforms, but you see her as being quite independent and well-to-do. Like, you know, she's got her act together, and she's prosperous, abundant, she's well-liked, and she's revered. So this is your Empress to the Emperor. Emperor, Empress. That's how you see her. This is where you're going. So the two of you can be equally yoked. So the Tower came down. So I kind of start with the end first and go backwards. But the Tower is that you were in the type of passion that had to do with selfishness, like what can I get, right? Player mode. You were using your wand in a way that brought you that kind of fun and excitement and adventure and like taboo kind of energy. Okay, I'll be giving my my love, you know, my sex to somebody else, while keeping that on the down low and my wife not knowing. Okay, that's what you were doing. You left her hanging out in the cold without any kind of explanation as to why you just suddenly left. See, you snuck away, you took what you could get, No matter who was left bleeding, you had to come out on top, because after all, you were married, you were in a commitment, so that was your right. I can do this to you, Queen of Hearts, because, you know, I'm married. I have every right to go back to my wife, right, and leave you, you know, wondering, dangling. And it's because you had been very guarded and, you know, greedy with your heart. Not to mention you were materially focused with your Queen of Pentacles, materially focused wife. She was the other woman, because you know, you were married after all, right? And so I think that's it. So that's the Tower had come down on all of that nonsense right there. You thought this was the way to live. Be married, have more than my share legally, and you know, I won't ever fall in love with the person I'm going to be in bed with. That's not my partner. But guess what? D-names, you did. You fell in love with this Queen of Wands. And look at her now. You want her, you see her as being the Nine of Pentacles. Very independent. Not codependent, but independent. And an Empress, the highest energy, the most revered feminine in the tarot card deck. You can't get any better than that. And so, but she was your Queen of Wands at the time, the other woman. You fell in love with her, and you've just been falling more and more and more in love with her over time as you've been keeping an eye on her. So that's what we know. You want to turn your back on this past here and move towards her. You just don't know. You're up in your head big time about how she's going to receive you when you do show up. And you are going to show up. You are going to talk to her in some way, whether it's over the internet, email, or in person. You're going to see her. You're going to talk to her at some point within the next 3 months. I imagine you're going to start the ball rolling on that, because this whole other life you have with the reverse Queen of Swords is, you've manifested an ending to that. Please subscribe and like. Thank you so much, D-names. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll catch up with you next month. Bye for now.